Welcome, acolytes. Today I'm opening with a nice jump scare. And I don't know how to call it, a reaction video or a commentary, because at the end of the day, it's a TikTok. To get the full context, you actually need to watch the entire thing, because he makes a few points in them and just the entire thing. But it's also not really a reaction video, because, well, I will comment on it and just say I'm not sure what this is, but it is what it is. But this little slappable face guy is actually someone who got slapped in the face because of, you're gonna see the reasons. I'm gonna explain what reasons I have. Just because of a toy gun he has, and you might say, what, he got slapped by a toy because of a toy gun. In my opinion, it was a misunderstanding from what I see, but at the end of the day, we're gonna watch, hear it, and see what actually happened. And I'm just gonna look at it. Yeah, and one point, because I already seen it, watch the entire thing, it's important for later, because there are not really other cross players around him, and he goes with a camera, so let's just watch it. I'm gonna mute it because he uses a song. I don't know how YouTube will actually react to this. So yeah, let's just go. And by the way, if you like my content, relax, subscribe, leave a comment, press the notification button. Good, let's start with this shenanigans. Yeah, cross playing, going around, and boom, the slap. So as you can see, the guy that actually slapped him is a bit older. And we just gonna do it again. And yeah. First of all, I'm gonna be fuck you if it's just it's just funny to me. I'm gonna be honest that he got slapped in the face, because as he acts, it's just pew. No, but if you have to tell what happened, this older guy slapped him in the face because he was pointing a gun at someone, and the gun, if you see the orange tip, normally that means it's a fake one. But at the end of the day, this guy just misunderstood the situation, thought that he wants to harm the other guy. In my opinion, a very worthy thing to do. And yeah, it was just a misunderstanding. It was a pure misunderstanding from what I can see. And I found it fine that he got slapped in the face, not gonna lie. So let's continue and let's see what he has to say about it himself. Oh, wait, you know what? F it. You know what? Okay. You're gonna see why I'm so heartless about it, just because, well, it has a freaking reason. Okay.
In that last clip you just watched, that is me and my friend at a convention, and we were in cosplays filming a TikTok.
Remember? No.
We were right across the street from the convention center for Anime Detour when this incident unfolded. So for my cosplayers out there, how can you not end up like me? If you're in a group, you want to always make sure that there's somebody watching and there's somebody focused on making sure that no one's going to run up on you. In that situation, I had no idea that that guy was walking up until he was right on top of me.
To actually prevent situations like this, if I'm going to be totally honest, I understand the situation, by the way. I understand that he just said, yeah, okay, I'm using a gun, it's just fun. And for me personally, you're going out, you see a freaking guy acting as Leon from Resident Evil, and you instantly know, okay, he's actually just crossplaying. But this is wait, what was it? I seen a video that actually described it pretty well. No. It was no. It wasn't. It was about information that you actually have that the other person doesn't have, and this information is, or this thing is pretty correct about it, because yes, the old guy, probably a vet, not sure about that, probably has some freaking stuff done in his life, and at the end of the day, no, this old guy just thought, okay, there's danger, I have to react. And he's actually one of the few people on this world that just actually gave a fuck and wanted to protect the person that was in front of the guy that actually got a gun pointed at him. So, if you don't want to end up like this, just make sure that you do it in a situation where you actually know, okay, you can explain the thing before you act on it. So there is just nothing more in it for what I can see, at least. It's not more, not less.
Self-awareness is very key in these situations, especially with a lot of people around. If you're in a group...
In a lot of people, I'm gonna show the thing where he was around, where he walked out. Even in the video, there weren't a lot of people. They filmed, and I mean, you could say that they did it to a later point. Oh, for F's sake, did I just... Yeah, I forgot to actually turn off the volume. I left it. But as you can see, there aren't a lot of people around. And in this case, I just assume, okay, there weren't a lot of people around. The video at the start, you've seen it, there weren't a lot of people around, so he misjudged the point there, in my opinions. And if there are a lot of people around, a lot of actual cross players, the old dude would say, oh yeah, kids having fun, nice. Those were a handful of people and one of them pointed a gun at someone, or presumably a gun where you could definitively say, yeah, the thinking was, he has a gun. It was a second reaction, because if somebody pulls a gun, there isn't much time you have to actually react. And I understand that, because I got attacked in my life, and no, not because of my YouTube fame or something else, just because. And this is most of the time a split second, and it happens. So I understand the guy. I think it was a misunderstanding, but I understand the guy.
Group, you should always have somebody watching and have someone be aware that things like this happen. There are going to be people who don't agree with what we do, and there's going to be people who find us weird. You will have people that want to cause harm to you. There's a lot of people who might take...
I think this is a bit of a dishonest point, to be honest. A bit of dishonesty is in it, because he automatically assumes, yeah, there is someone that thinks weird, that thinks that you're... Yes, there always will be someone that thinks that you're weird. There is always something like that. But I'm gonna be honest, this specific case, no. He didn't attack you because you're weird. And I know he didn't directly actually argue it, but it comes across pretty much as if he says it. As I said, I really don't think he said it, but it came across like it. So you know, it's a bit. I don't know. This point is a bit. It's a bit shaky. But like, not sure about that. But let's just. Whoa. I have to do this stuff a bit quicker.
Take offense to what we do, and especially the props that we have. In that video, we were using a prop pistol that was obviously marked as a prop, but it may still be found offensive, whether that's...
Oh, come on, this wasn't found offensive. The guy just misunderstood the situation, because the prop he used... By the way, he used a prop, he definitively marked it correctly, but the gun from afar, you still could see it as a real gun.
Firearm or a sword or anything like that. If you ever find yourself in a situation like this, please make sure you call the cops. And if you're injured, please make sure you get medical treatment. Everyone's okay. Everyone's safe. Nobody got hurt. But just something to be aware of. And I don't want this to happen to any of you guys out there.
And at the end, yes, he is correct, but I think he over dramatizes it a bit. It's not that, it wasn't malicious intent. It just wasn't. The guy didn't go in there and just slapped him because he's a TikToker. Let's get this one out of the way.
So I want to...
Is there a prop gun? Yeah. He actually made a second thing here. So
give a little bit more context to this video. I feel like in the video that I posted, I was only talking about like awareness things and not necessarily what happened to me specifically.
Yes.
So keep in mind, yes, we are outside of the convention center, but we're still very much in the convention area. There's cosplayers all around us. There's people taking pictures. The con is still very much
This, I would say, is a straight out dishonest point. And I do not know if he misremembers it. I do not know if it's just straight out lies so his point looks better. Because from what I can see from his TikToks and such, I assume this wasn't malicious intent, that he just misspoke. But from the gathering, from the video he posted, and from the one video I posted, I showed you with the one lady, it definitively wasn't a lot of people around that you could say, yeah, this was just a freaking multiple tens of people where you could say, no, it were basically three or four people maybe at best. And let's be honest here, the freaking crossplays of Leon and but I forgot, was it Lisa? I don't remember. Of him and Lisa, or yeah, I remember his partner in crossplay. I mean, it still looks halfway, I don't want to say realistic, but halfway decently realistic. And yes, this is just definitively not correct. I really won't presume it's malicious intent. How he argued, he probably just assumes that a handful of people is enough to actually signal, yes, we are here, we are cross-playing, we are doing this. And no, that's just not the case, especially if you have the old guy that actually attacked. Yeah, he slapped you in the face. And alone for this, I would say you deserve the slap. But no, it's not. He presented as if it was malicious intent, and it just wasn't. But let's just continue. Let's continue this shebang.
Going on where we were at. And as you can see in this picture, this pistol is very obviously not real. So there's myself, my friend.
I'm gonna repeat it. It's not to the point obviously real where you can say no 100% and nobody can mistake it as something else, as a real one. No, somebody can take it as a real one. I'm sorry, even with the little orange thing in front of it, no, you can definitively mistake it for a real one. But I will say it is a prop. It is 100% a prop.
Friend in the video behind me, a cameraman, and then another one of my friends sitting down with all of our stuff. So we were filming out of the way of everyone, and this guy definitely went out of his way to approach us. So with everything he did, I have zero suspicion that he was trying to protect anyone. I understand that gun violence is a very real thing in the US, but this was not a case of him trying to be a hero. He was just trying to harm us.
Okay. This is the point where all over what I said before, this, for F's sake, I didn't even watch the entire TikTok beforehand, but for F's sake, how the fuck can you presume that someone that actually wanted to protect someone, and in this case, it is an older guy, he doesn't know F about the entire thing. just for F's sake, how can you presume that the guy specifically targeted you? Because no, truly, I didn't actually point out that there was the malicious intent. I didn't look at the entire thing because I still wanted the end piece, and I should have. I'm gonna be honest, I should have. But this is just disgusting. You literally have someone who, with a high probability, in my opinion, with a high probability, just wanted to protect someone. And I'm not saying I know the motivation. I'm not saying that it's 100%. And I'm not saying that I can read minds like Dark Viper. Yeah, I had just a lot of people on my last video about that. I still am actually baffled that someone can. I am sorry, I rambled too much. But no, how dare you actually just go out and say no, he definitively attacked you just because you're a cross player. This guy didn't give. I assume this guy didn't give a F about you cross playing. But it's definitively a short circuit reaction from his part. I'm not saying that he was 100% in the right to do it. Because yes, as I freaking said multiple times, it is a thing where you could say yes, he is actually just seeing a prop, he misunderstood the situation, and it's fine, this happens, he slapped you, he went in, and it is a freaking short circuit reaction. You cannot tell me that someone that sees a gun has a lot of time of reacting, because if this was a gun, and we're talking about America, everybody can bear arms in America, and yes, in my opinion, that reactions like that will just happen, things like that will just happen, this isn't something special. But you just assuming this kind of malicious intent with him, that he just slapped you just purely because of the hate of cross players. And by effing F, I am gonna say, yes, this happens, but it's not probable in my opinion. In this specific case, come on, give your fellow human beings a bit more some kind of, give them the benefit of the doubt. I am sure to a very, very large degree that no, he didn't attack you just because he found it funny. Truly, you should think that this is just a freaking misunderstanding. It cannot be that you just assume pure freaking malicious intent in this. Well, I do assume it because, well, he definitively, to a certain point, I do not know how to say it. I just do not know. This was, I assume malicious intent in the freaking guys, like in the old guys. No. I assume he did it just because he wanted to protect people. And yes, it might be... other people might see it in a different way, but no, I think it's just pretty obvious, to me at least, that it is, but I do not know, Acolytes. I do not know. I rambled a bit too much. Oh, I really honestly don't know how to explain this in a way where it's just obvious, but... Come on, what do you think about it? It's just, I honestly just assume it's a misunderstanding. This was way too much rambling. I invested way too much feelings in it than I actually should. But as it is,